Hey guys, so now I want to show you some really badass moves with double staffs called anti-spins. If you practice anti-spins with a single staff, they should be familiar to you. You can go just like that. That's an anti-spin. We can do that in both directions. And we can also notice that the thumb side is going horizontally, thumb side wick making a horizontal line, while the pinky side does a vertical line. We can alter that. So the pinky side makes the vertical line, and the thumb side wick goes horizontally. And we could do that in both directions as well. Not going to get too much into that. That's just for you to know and start practicing later on. Now, anti-spin, pretty simple. There's variations of that, like there, where you can pick behind your head, around the head, anti-spins like that. That's what we're going to be doing, is taking that basic move and applying all the timing and direction variations to it. And I'm going to start out pretty simple, and then I'll show you some variations. So to run through the timing and direction things, we'll start out with same time, same direction anti-spin. This one's good because you're literally working both directions. One hand's going forward while one hand's doing the reverse variation. So what I like to do is imagine that both of these thumb side wicks are on a track that goes this way, and the pinky side wicks are on a track that goes this way. I've got another video, I'll put the link up there somewhere so that you can get to it. It's just a rundown on the basic movement of anti-spin, but I'm not going to put too much detail into that right now since there's another video out there. So tracks, they're attached to tracks. The tracks are as long as the staffs are, okay? So they move simultaneously. Thumb side goes left, pinky side goes up, boom, along their tracks. Now, the thumb side's reached this end, pinky side still has to go up, boom, they move there. Now the pinky side reaches this end, the thumb side goes right, and then pinky side goes down, thumb side comes in. Same direction, same time anti-spin. Just like that, and in both directions. All this stuff, it's important to learn in both directions, because if you could do it in both directions, you can simply turn through it. It's not very difficult to turn through them at all. So the turning method happens when they're both horizontal. You just step to the other side of the track. Horizontal, step to the other side of the track, right? I can turn the opposite direction too, with the same technique. Like that. So that's same time, same direction. Now, with split time, same direction, we're going to run into the issue of crossed arms. So the first way I want to show you how to just get a feel for it is we're going to do an anti-spin on this side and an anti-spin on this side. And they're going to meet up here and do a little isolation thing. It's a cool move in and of itself, so I'll just show it to you. Book. We'll get to like there. Actually, it's more like this for the one I'm showing you now. They both go out at the same time. Pinky side goes up while the other pinky goes down. Thumb sides come together. Isolate for a second like that. So they're both doing their little anti-spin thing. Bink. To make a nice, that makes two kind of stars, two plus signs on either side of you. To make a better, both staffs working on creating the same plus sign shape, you have to turn 90 degrees. So a good idea would be to start with an isolation. Oh, here, I'm sorry, I didn't explain this earlier. But an isolation, what are you doing, bug? My cat is right up there. With an isolation, the hand path is the same as an anti-spin, except for instead of spinning in the same direction the staffs are spinning, the hand path is going to spin the opposite direction that the staffs are spinning. I'll show you what I mean. Like right here, try to imagine a line that my hands are drawing, and I'm going to go opposite of that hand line. See how my hands are basically doing the same circle? Right? So that's the split time anti-spin. It's got a lot of variation. You'll notice that my thumb side wicks are the ones going up and down in this one. You can do it also where your pinky side wicks go up and down. Instead of starting with it here, you start the anti-spin motion with the staffs here. But it kind of gets in your way. You know, your body is kind of in the way of one of the wicks. So the way that I think that particular move is easiest is the around the head anti-spin variation. And if you practice that, imagine the track that the thumb side's on. Instead of it going right here in front of you, it's a more of an oval loop around your head. So like watch it from the side. Boom. And now it switches to behind the head track. Boom. Back in front of the face track. Boom. Behind the head track. The pinky stays on its own vertical track the whole time. So we're going to combine those, and I'll show you from the front. It'd be like when you reach this point here, like that, and then you're back to the mirror on the other side, like that. Like that. Like that. I'll show you that from the side. Like that. So that's split time anti-spin, and that's really cool. It has a really cool look because it's nice and symmetrical and rad looking. Ultimately, I said this about the last one, but this is my other favorite anti-spin, would be opposite direction split time, and it is the coolest feeling one. So just to get you going through the motions of it, thumbs together, pinkies apart, push to horizontal, switch which pinky's on the top and the bottom, push to horizontal on the other side, and back to start. Boonk, 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 boonk. And so just always imagine that plus sign rail system, and it'll kind of become, it'll feel easy. You know, you'll get the hang of it, and it flows really well. Your hands are just doing the same circle that, like, look at my hand path. Same circle that I would be doing in isolations, except for I'm spinning my hands in the opposite direction of the staffs. Anti-spin, moving in the opposite direction of the spin. That move is awesome. This is the basic variation, but it's great because you can do other things too. Like it fits really well with, this is called the trammel. It's just an anti-spin that's a little bit shorter. It doesn't go all the way out. Boonk. Same motions, except for I'm keeping it all between my arms. Anti-spin across. And then the other fun thing about this is that behind the head one that we were just doing for the split same. Check it out. It fits nicely into an around the head. Both wicks to this side, switch when they're around my head at the back, and then pull them, shoot them forward, switch it around my head at the back, pull them and shoot them forward. And you can turn, do it the other direction. Just flows so nicely and it feels so good and it's so cool. I mentioned the heartbeat in the isolation video. That fits nicely in with this one as well. Push, isolate, push, isolate. Maybe around the head, isolate, around the head, isolate. I'm sorry, that was kind of an isolation, kind of part of the trammel. And in the isolation video, I also mentioned opposite direction, same time anti-spins. We'll go through those right now. Kind of give a rundown of the last one. If your staffs are shorter, you can do this inside plane stuff where you do crossing. My staffs are too long. So, I mean, like I could cheat probably by gripping way up here or way down here and trying to do it like that. Kind of awkward, but it can be done. If your staffs are shorter, that move will be a lot easier. But the most versatile way that I can think of to do it is the nexus is the wicks. Push the nexus straight down, cross when they're vertical, pull it straight up, cross when they're vertical. Boom, boom. When they're vertical is when you can turn. So if it's vertical there, I will bring it down on the other side of my body. If it's vertical up, I can do that. If it's vertical, if it's vertical down, I can do that as well. And so if you could turn with one beats, that move will be really, really easy to catch a hold of. It's awesome. It's another variation of an anti-spin. Same time, opposite direction, anti-spin flowers. They're great. That's really all I got for you right now for anti-spins. There's a million variations. Experiment with like, just, you know, can I put them behind my head? In front of the head? Can I put them behind? Both wicks, you know? Can I put one in front and one behind? I don't even know if I can. Boonk. I'm sure you can, but I don't know how right now. Something. I don't know. If I figure that out, I'll show you later. But go and play with those. Experiment with the variations. See what you come up with. Try to link them with isolations and other moves that you know. And just have fun. There's a lot out there with double staff anti-spins.